Hi guys, so this video follows on from my first brief overview video about where you start when you're planning a trip to Orlando, including Disney and Universal. So I'm going to talk a bit about when you decide to go and where you decide to stay. So first of all, when's a good time to go to Disney World, to Universal? There are a number of festivals that happen throughout the year, so I'd look at that to start with. January to February, there's the Festival of the Arts over at Epcot. March to June, there's the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival. From August to November, it's the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival. Also, there's going to be the Halloween decorations and Halloween events. And then November to December, it's the Festival of the Holidays over at Epcot. And you've got all the Christmas decorations and the separate Christmas events like Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So have a look at those and what event you'd want to be in Disney World or Universal for. And that would be a really good place to start. Then start looking at your prices in those various months when those festivals are on. Now, looking at where you stay, there are so many options. You can stay off-site, which is going to be your cheapest option, or you can stay on-site at Disney, at one of the Disney hotels or partner hotels, or on-site at one of the Universal hotels. Now, talking about Disney hotels, there are 3 tiers of Disney hotels. There are value hotels. They're going to be your cheapest option. There's 5 different hotels that are value: Pop Century, All Star Music, All Star Movies, All Star Sports, and your Art of Animation. There's the moderate hotels, which are your middle tier hotels: Caribbean Beach, Port Orleans Riverside, Port Orleans French Quarter, and Coronado Springs. There's then your deluxe hotels. So you've got Animal Kingdom Lodge, Polynesian, Grand Floridian, Wilderness, Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk Inn, and Contemporary, and they're going to be your most expensive hotels. Now, they all come with a number of different benefits, which I'll talk about in a moment. But what I do is, once I found the time of month I want to go, here I've put in some dates at Virgin Atlantic for a 2-week holiday for 2 adults and 1 child. A child is up to the age of 9. You can start seeing the different prices. If you've got some flexibility with your date, I would recommend having a look along here and seeing if you can get a cheaper price. Now, with Virgin, you're going to be quoted a price per person, as you can see here. And you can see as you start going down, these are your value hotels, and then they start going up to your moderate hotels, and then it will go up to your deluxe hotels. So the price difference can be quite significant between those different tiers of hotels. So Virgin Atlantic is one of the places that I check. They don't fly from Gatwick anymore, which we're quite local to Gatwick, so I'd prefer to fly from Gatwick if I can. Another place to check is directly with Walt Disney World. Again, I've put the exact same dates in. These are going to be prices per room, not per person, so just bear that in mind, and it's worth clicking through to get a full quote for your holiday. Another place to check is attraction tickets, and again, this is going to be per night, so just double check through to see what the final price is. Lastly, British Airways, unfortunately they don't go all the way up to August, September next year, so that's something to bear in mind. Another thing to consider when looking at which hotel you're going to stay at or you want to stay at is looking at the offers that are available. So as you can see here, for the dates that we've put in, this is with Virgin, but also this is available with Disney Direct, is that you get some free Disney dining and drinks plans. They will vary depending on what hotel you are booking. So with the value, you'll get a quick service meal. With a moderate, you'll get the quick service dining plan. which means you'll get a refillable mug, 1 snack per person per day, and 2 quick service meal credits per person per day for the duration of your holiday. And if you stay in a deluxe hotel, you'll get the Disney dining plan, which is 1 refillable mug, 1 snack per person per day, 1 quick service meal per person per day, and 1 table service, that's a sit down restaurant meal per person per day for the duration of your stay. So it's worth working out the difference between your price per person that you're getting quoted at first sight compared to where you're going to be eating, what sort of money you're going to be spending on food, and whether actually it's worth upgrading from a value to a moderate, for example, or from a moderate to a deluxe to get those benefits of the free quick service or Disney dining plans that are available at the time of your booking. Quite often you're tied in with also purchasing your tickets with the same provider to benefit from those free dining plans. So double check that before you book. Obviously, some of the benefits of staying at a Disney hotel is that you get 30 minutes early theme park entry to the parks. The deluxe guests get extended evening park hours. If you're going to buy your lightning lanes, which are your fast pass tickets, you can book those 7 days in advance. You also get to book your advanced dining reservations for your restaurants 60 days in advance if you're staying at a Disney hotel. You also get your free transport as well as staying in that immersive Disney experience, you know, the Disney bubble, and being on site. Your transport options you'll also want to look at, because the hotels have various transport options. So they have the buses, but some of the hotels benefit from the Skyliner, which connect Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So for example, Art of Animation has the Skyliner, as does Caribbean Beach. Port Orleans, Riverside and Port Orleans French Quarter have a boat that can take you to Disney Springs, which is the shopping, dining part of Disney. Then there's the hotels like the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, that are on the monorail with the Contemporary. And then you've got the Wilderness, where you can get a boat to Magic Kingdom, and you've got the Beach Club and the Yacht Club and the Boardwalk Inn, where you can also get the boat to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So it's worth looking at all of those different options, all of the different benefits, before deciding on which hotel is in your budget and suits your needs as a family. If you haven't been to Disney before, it's absolutely huge. It's 39 square miles, so it's quite difficult to comprehend that or visualize that unless you've been there. So all these transport options, how you can get to the parks, they're really important for you to consider. So look at what park you're going to be spending the most time at as well, or if you'd rather be near Disney Springs, or you'd rather be on the iDrive, or you'd rather be near Universal, and look at all those benefits and then what is in your budget and what suits you. We've stayed at a value, moderate and deluxe hotels before. We're staying at Port Orleans French Quarter when we go in October, so I'm really looking forward to that again. And they've all got their benefits, they're all lovely, so just find one that suits you. There's also to mention in the Epcot area the Swan and Dolphin hotels. Now they're not Disney hotels, but they are in the Epcot area. They are cheaper than the deluxe hotels. They get some of the same benefits. And you can also walk from those hotels to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, which is actually quite nice. So have a look into all of those options. When we go in October, we're doing a split stay. So we initially booked our hotel staying at Disney via Walt Disney World, and we booked our flights separately when flights opened up through British Airways. And then we've also booked our stay at one of the Universal hotels. We're staying at Portofino Bay via attraction tickets, and I'll talk about the Universal hotels in a separate video, but I hope this has been helpful so far in your planning. Please give me a like and a subscribe.